Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Now I know I haven't done one in the last like 3 days because, like I said before, studying a lot and my mom's family is here, which makes doing these a bit harder. If you're new, you wouldn't know, but normally I post every day. You would also not know that the actual story starts when this cover screen goes, so if you don't care about my intro, I'd skip to there. If you did not skip to there, I'm grateful for you. Not that I am if you skip there anyway. I'm grateful for anyone who reads my stories. But yeah, it's nice to know that some people care enough to listen to my super long intros and outros. Yeah, so I've been doing a lot of tests. I'll tell you a funny story about one at the end of the video, because it's funny now, but I was proper freaking out when it actually happened. So yeah, this is the Battle of Marinette 2. And yeah, I mean, there's not much else to it, is there? Someone requested this, and so I thought, why not? I'm getting through as many requests as possible, and I plan to write a few in the coming days and record them as soon as possible. But like I said, tests are taking up a lot of my time. Yesterday I did them non-stop. Today I did about 3, I'd say. 3, 4. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. I did 4. So yeah, they've been taking up a lot of time. Anyways, let's get started. Hope you enjoy. The Battle of Marinette 2, a miraculous ladybug x MCU x DCU fanfiction. The class were all well aware that Marinette was popular. They saw it in their own eyes. When they walked down the street and some stranger would call her sunshine and she would smile and prove it quickly. But Paris had been so caught up in Akuma's that they failed to notice that their sunshine had become a worldwide sensation who reached all over and had a family to be reckoned with. I mean, some of them often kept the world safe. Many of them were far too rich for their own good. Some were so talented and others were beyond smart. So yeah, the class was shocked when the Avengers, Justice League Wayne, Style Queen, Gabriel Grass, Dragonstone, and honestly who knows who else, walked in. They were more surprised when the class president face-palmed and muttered something that sounded like family. The celebrities started to exclaim different things. It was the last day of school, so most people were just hanging out. There was no point in learning anyways. They all asked it the same question with such a simple sound. Oh, right, Marinette shot up off her chair, going to the celebrities and heroes. Guys, this is my family, she said with a smile, hugging each person, even though there was a small army in front of her. What do you mean, family? Alia asked in a confused and very slow tone. I mean, remember what happened with Uncle Jay? It happened again, Marinette said, trying to remember what she forgot to tell everyone. Whoa, the class said. Thor chose at that moment to put his hammer down on the nearest desk, which so happened to be his niece's. So he ended up placing it on the designs she was working on. Marinette, not wanting her designs to get crumpled, went over to her desk quickly. The blonde noticed and went to pick up his hammer, only for Marinette to lift it with one hand and grab the book. She put the hammer down and looked through the pages. The whole class went silent. I mean, you do not see that every day. You know, the clumsy class president holding an alien weapon that only people who are worthy can hold. Oblivious to it, Marinette made a small "ah" noise as she found the page she was looking for, presenting it to the Avengers. It was new suits for all of them since the Justice League got them. She started to frown as no one said anything. Do you not like it? She asked. Her family never lied, and she respected the opinions of all of them. But did they not like it? Did she do it wrong? Were her designs getting worse? Would she... You get the point. Marinette was about to spiral. Luckily, Adrian said something before she could. Mari, you just lifted Thor's hammer, he said. Hearing his name, the blonde alien got out of his shock. She is worthy. I must take her to Asgard. Marinette looked confused before she gasped, remembering what her Uncle Thunder said about the hammer. Later! Now let's go to New York, you big babies! she announced and left with her family. Yes, they were big, weird, different, and not blood, but they were family, and that would always be true. Alright, so that's the end of that fan fiction, and I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and yeah, if you don't care for my outros, I will see you later. If you do, thanks for staying. Basically, before I start this, I'm going to say I kind of forgot the intro, but I remember the part that I said I was going to tell you how I was freaking out. Because somewhere in this video, I got up to go eat dinner and came back. I actually had a pretty healthy dinner. It was like some meat, some bread, some chicken, some bread, some beans, some potatoes, and some other green thing that I don't know what it is. So yeah, it was a pretty good dinner. But yeah, I was freaking out. Basically, science, right? So you know how I'm having all these different tests these days. Basically, I was in science, as you do, and I was working on my summative, my test. Basically, how it works in the IB is every subject has 4 criterias, and you have to get a grade for each criteria for each term. So that's 4 per subject per term, so about 3 a year per so 12 criterias a year from each subject. That's quite a lot. And the teachers, like last unit, they spread it out more, but this unit they forgot. They were like teaching it before they did all the tests, and now that spring break is coming up, they're like, test. And so in science, we were combining 2 tests at a time, so that we did B and C, and then now we have started A and D. And yes, it's stressful. So it was Thursday, I think. So on Wednesday, in the middle, he was like, okay, we'll have a brain break and I'll explain your next summative. And I was like, and the class was like, sir, that's not a brain break. But because sometimes the teachers are nice enough to be like, it's been 40 minutes, take a break. But this time he's like, during a brain break, I will explain what we will do tomorrow. So we started explaining the new summative, and everyone was like, we just finished one. Now we have to do another because our tests have been piling, which is why I'm not going to be consistent for the next week or so. But yeah, so every few minutes he walked around the classroom like a teacher does, asking if everyone got what they were doing and if anyone needed help, like a teacher does. And then he stopped at my desk and sort of kneeled down next to me. And I started freaking out because you see, when a teacher wants to talk to you individually, it's either really good or like really bad. And my mind is programmed to go, really bad. And so I was like breathing heavily, but he couldn't hear it because of the mask and he couldn't see it, and my eyes, and I was like, my heart was like pounding and stuff, and I was like about to throw up, and I was like super freaking out because he was talking directly to me, and I don't see that as a good sign. No matter how good my grades are, no matter if I've done nothing ever wrong in school, I've never gotten a detention, I've never been in trouble, but I still freaked out all the time. And then he goes, it was about your lab summative. And I was like, and obviously try not to show it, because you don't want to show a teacher that you're freaking out. And my heart was pounding, and he was just like, it was really, really good. I was like, breathing heavily, and I was like, okay, I'm good. And then he was like, I had to put improvements because I have to do that, but it was not enough to bring your grade down and blah blah blah, and I'm tempted to use it as an example for other people. And I was like, thank you. And then he got up and he went back to his desk, and I checked Manage Back, which is the app / website that we use to do our tests and get our grades and our feedback and everything. And I got a double eight. You have no idea how amazing that is. The global average is a 4, so it's 0 to 8. Not many people get 0. That's if you don't submit it at all. And then it's like 1 to 2 is below expectations, 3 to 4 is approaching or there, 5 to 6 is like you're you're beyond what they expect. And 7 to 8 is so super rare. Just to get that 7, it has to be above 90%. But to get an 8, that is so rare. And the fact that I got 2 of them, I am so glad that we wear masks, because I was smiling like an idiot for about 40 minutes after that. And I'm glad I sit at the front, because when I show emotions, my eyes give away quite a lot. And so I'm so glad I was at the front and no one was facing me and I had a mask on, because I probably looked so stupid smiling like that. But like, that's something to be so proud of, especially because Criterion B science is where my worst grade normally comes from. Like, I got a 4 last time, and out of all the educational stuff, like, we're not counting PE and stuff, and those type of things, but yeah, stuff that to do with like, science, English, that type of thing. My worst grade always comes from criteria B in science, and last year I got a 3. That's below average. That is one of the lowest grades I have ever gotten, and I was kind of upset about that last year, but we moved on. And then this year I got a 4, and I was like, improvement, it's average, but like, I don't like being average. But yeah, that shot up to an 8 somehow, from the global average to 100%. And it's a written thing. It's not like you answer questions, which is what a lot of it is. Like, criterion A is about understanding it, B is about planning it, C is about reading the data, and D is about real life examples. And it's like that for every different subject, but it's a bit different through subjects. Like, for example, in math, it's like A is knowledge and understanding again, B is about patterns, C is about communication, D is about real life application as well. So yeah, it's different in every subject. But to get 2 8s, wow. And I got a 6 in my knowledge and understanding, which is really good as well. Yeah, not many people get above a 5 or a 6. So getting a 6 in knowledge and understanding as well, that was great. And then a 7 is what I got on my last D. So a 6, 8, 8, 7 is so good. But if you're not in IB, it'd be hard to explain. It's like getting an 8, I would imagine it being an A+. It means that you couldn't really do much better. It's like a teacher would do this work. And it's so awesome to get it. And that just made my day. And I'll have a story about my English summative tomorrow, or whenever the next video is up, whenever I can get it, where I will feature the speech I did, because I thought it was a very powerful speech and I thought it was really good. And so I hope you guys agree with me. It's not very long. It doesn't take more than 5 minutes for sure. Actually, if you want it, so it's about corona. If you want coronavirus, COVID, whatever you call it, the virus, if you want that as a separate video, just as a bonus one day, I'd love to do that. But if you guys don't care enough and we're just like chuck it in a video, I don't mind doing that either. Anyways, I'm going to go because I've been talking for way too long. Thank you so much if you have stayed this far and listening to my rambling and my useless stories from class. And I really appreciate all of you, and thank you for all the support and all of that stuff. I'm not going to beg for lots of subscribers, but I will appreciate them so much. And I will see you whenever I get the chance. Bye.